So please introduce yourself, your name, your age, your civil status.
Okay, I'm Angelina Najera, 46 years old. I have two kids, and their ages are 21 and 17 years old. Um, I've been graduated as a Bachelor of Science in Commerce, majoring in management here. And then I have from my previous employer as a general secretary before for 4 years. And I handled also different patients from the hospitals. One of the hospitals here in the Philippines for 4 years also. And I was being in Dubai, United Arab of Emirates, as a private nurse caregiver for 4 years. I am a um, positive looking in life, and I like simple and contented life.
Okay. And what job would you like to have here in Romania?
Yes, ma'am.
What job? What kind of job?
Nanny or caregiver or a housekeeper.
Okay, do you know how to take care of newborn?
Yes, of course, because I've been taking care of my children and my nephews and my niece before.
Okay. So tell me, what kind of food do you give to a newborn baby?
Of course, if the mother is necessary to give a breastfeeding, if it's advisable from the hospital, she needs to give it to her child. But this kind of milk that prescribed by the doctors, we should follow the instructions about this.
Okay. And when do you start introducing solid food in the baby's nutrition?
It will be starting. It will be 5 months. Depend on the doctor's advice.
Okay, here in Romania usually we do it at 6. So,
Because sometimes here in the Philippines, if the child is 5 months old, sometimes they are usually giving some solid foods. Depend on the foods that they will be taken, as
and
prescribed by the doctors.
what kind of food do you give? What kind of solid food do you give a 6 months baby?
We have this kind of powder foods in a pack or in a box that usually the doctors are advising the parents. Before I was holding a baby, we are giving this kind of gerber products from solid foods.
For example?
A gerber brand.
Okay. How do you take a bath to a newborn baby?
I just holding it on this kind of way of holding the baby. Sometimes when you feed the baby, you need to burp also the baby after taking uh, his her foods.
Okay. What are you doing if the child refuses to eat?
Okay. So I let left her for a while, and then after that maybe uh, I can make him comfortable in the way that she will be or the child will be trust on me so that I can advise the child or play with the child if there's a way that we can have a bonding moment so that we can easily have that kind of playing together so that I can assist him or assist the child to eat
Okay.
her food.
The child cries without stopping. How do you react?
I will check first the child's stomach. If the child's stomach is hard or soft, because especially the child, usually they have a biggest problem about this. Sometimes when they are not burping easily, sometimes they are having a problems on their stomach. So I will check that first. If it's so hard, maybe I will make a way that he can burp easily so that the stomach will be softened after that. And then
Okay.
check if the child is still hungry or not.
The child is not hungry. You have already changed her diaper, so he still cries. What do you do?
Yeah, I will check if he if the child is feeling sleepy or maybe there's another way that maybe some insects bite the child, so I will check all over the child's body if it's okay or still that the child is still crying.
And if he's still crying,
Well, I'll make pamper with the child, hold the child, and then make some lullaby songs if it will be possible for her to stop crying. Or
it's
maybe the
already
child wants to hug.
it's already past an hour and he still cries. What do you do?
I will ask the parents and then we will be asking the doctor what's the possible way for the child. Maybe there's another cases that happening from the child that the doctors might answer that.
Okay. What are you doing if the child does not want to leave the playground and get into the house? How do you proceed in such a situation?
If the child wants to stay in the playground
Yes.
and don't want to go inside the house,
Yes.
hmm, yes. Well, if the child don't wants to go to the house, I will be staying with the child first, asking the child if the child wants a little more time spending outside the house. And then after that, maybe we will be having a good conversations, explaining about the child that we need to go inside the house. After that, I will give the child permission to stay outside the house for a while.
But the parents told you that he will stay outside for an hour, that hour passed, and he has to come inside. How do you convince the child? Because he is crying and yelling that he still wants to play on the playground. What are you doing?
Okay, I will ask the child that we need to go inside the house and we will continue playing inside the house. If the child wants to play outside, then we will be we need to go inside and then me and the child would play inside the house maybe to continue that.
Okay. Do you know that here in Romania, accepting the job with the kid, you will have to do some household chores?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay with that?
Okay.
Do you know how to iron?
Ah,
Do you know how to mop, to dust?
yes, ma'am.
Do you
Because
know?
I've been working in Dubai before for 2 years. But the cases from that is I'm holding a geriatrics patient from an old woman, 86 years old. But I'm holding also some household chores there.
Okay. I also want to tell you that here in Romania we have a client, a young lady that who will give birth to twins.
Mhm.
He will stay at home for a year and he will assist the new nanny. But do you think that you'll handle it?
Is it and the lady will be with me for 1 year, staying with the two kids, with the newborn born babies too. It will be much complicated on my part maybe because I will be handling two newborn babies at the same time. Um, Maybe it's will be difficult while carrying the baby at the same time and then do some household chores.
Of course, the babies are a priority, so
Yeah.
first of all, you'll take care of the babies, and if there is some spare time when the babies are sleeping, because when they are young, they sleep a lot, so you'll have a lot of time to do the household.
But the mother will be staying for 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Maybe I will think about it this evening. If it will be possible for me to carry two babies at the same time.
Okay. It's not necessary that you'll be selected by the lady with twins, but I just wanted to know if we can present you to that lady.
Okay, ma'am.
So, do you want to be presented to that lady?
Okay.
I also want to know if you'll be selected for a newborn, if you are okay sleeping in the same room with the kid.
It's okay, ma'am. It's okay with me.
Okay. I also want to know if you know why did you choose Romania to work abroad?
Yeah, because I have some friends working in Europe, and they're always telling me that in Europe it is much better to work rather than in the Middle East. And because I have been experienced working in Middle East, that's why I much prefer now to work in Europe because I know that the people there in Europe are much better than Middle East.
Which country are their friends working in?
She was in Spain.
In Spain. Okay. This is all for me. Thank you for coming, and we will let you know if one of our employers will select you.
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am. Thank